you can't go through here without a badge. Step back.
I'm Dr. Althea Monroe, Chief of Surgery. My first case is already being prepped. I left my badge in my locker. You can look me up.
That's not how it works. No badge, no entry. I don't care what you say you are.
You can call the charge nurse or the OR manager. They'll confirm it in 30 seconds.
I'm not calling anyone.
The city was still wrapped in darkness when Dr. Althea Monroe pulled into the hospital garage. 5:31 a.m. She sat in her car for a moment, reviewing trauma scans on her tablet. A multi-vehicle collision. Severe internal bleeding. The kind of case where seconds determine whether someone lived or died. She shut off the engine and stepped into the cold concrete echo of the garage. Inside the hospital, the night shift was fading. Day staff hadn't fully arrived. The building felt suspended in time, quiet, clinical, and unforgiving. Dr. Monroe walked with purpose. 12 years at this hospital. Hundreds of surgeries. Countless lives saved. She wasn't just another doctor walking the halls. She was the chief of surgery. The restricted surgical corridor came into view. A security officer stepped directly into her path. "Ma'am, you can't go through here without a badge." Dr. Monroe slowed. "I'm Dr. Althea Monroe," she said calmly, chief of surgery. "My badge is in my locker. My operating room is already being prepped." The officer looked her over, then shook his head. "No badge. No entry." She blinked once. "You can look me up in the system, or call the charge nurse. It'll take less than 30 seconds. That's not how this works." Dr. Monroe glanced at the wall clock. 5:38 a.m. "My patient is already under anesthesia," she said. "I need to get through." "That's not my problem," the officer replied. The words landed hard. A nurse passing by slowed. A resident pretended to scroll through his phone, but didn't move. The air shifted. Dr. Monroe straightened her shoulders. "Please call your supervisor." The officer crossed his arms. "Step back." She didn't raise her voice. "I oversee this wing," she said. "I'm responsible for every surgery happening here today." "I don't care what you say you are," the officer responded. Silence followed. Her phone vibrated. "Or 3 ready." She held the screen up. "That's my surgical team." He didn't look. Instead, he reached for his radio. "Control, I need backup. I have a non-compliant individual attempting unauthorized access." The phrase cut through the hallway like a blade. Non-compliant. Unauthorized. Within minutes, 2 more officers arrived. She was now surrounded. No shouting. No movement. Just pressure. A senior nurse finally stepped forward. "That's Dr. Monroe," she said firmly. "She's the chief of surgery." The officer didn't respond. At that moment, a white male physician approached from behind. "What's the holdup?" he asked casually. The officer turned immediately. "Morning, Doc." "Badge." "I left it upstairs." "No problem. Go right ahead." He waved him through without hesitation. Every witness saw it. Dr. Monroe said nothing. She didn't need to. Footsteps echoed down the hall. The operating manager rushed forward. "What is going on here?" The officer started to explain. The manager cut him off. "That is Dr. Althea Monroe," she said sharply. "Why isn't she in her operating room?" The officer's face drained of color. "I didn't know." "You didn't check," the manager replied. Dr. Monroe looked at the clock again. "My patient has been under anesthesia for 14 minutes. The manager turned and ran toward the oar. Dr. Monroe followed. Inside, or 3, tension filled the room. The anesthesiologist looked up. We were about to abort. Dr. Monroe scrubbed in. "I'm here now." The surgery was difficult. Complications stacked. Blood pressure dropped. Time disappeared. But she stayed focused. She always did. The patient survived. When Dr. Monroe exited the operating room hours later, administration was waiting. So was HR. So was legal. Security footage had already been reviewed. It showed 2 white staff members entering, without badges earlier that morning. No resistance, no questioning. Then it showed Dr. Monroe. Stopped. Blocked. Surrounded. The board convened that night. Over the next several days, emails surfaced. Prior complaints. Ignored warnings. Former employees came forward with similar experiences, being questioned, detained, delayed. A pattern formed. This wasn't an isolated mistake. It was systemic. Civil rights attorneys were contacted. A lawsuit followed. Racial discrimination. Wrongful delay of medical care. Hostile work environment. During depositions, the officer admitted he felt something was off. That sentence made national headlines. The hospital settled. $2.5 million. Mandatory bias training. Policy reforms. Federal oversight. The security officer was terminated. His certification revoked. His career ended. Dr. Monroe returned to work the next morning. Same hospital. Same corridor. New security staff. This time, no one questioned her presence. But the damage was already done, because the truth was now public. In one of America's most trusted institutions, bias nearly cost a life. And one decision, made in less than a minute, destroyed everything.